How do we hear? How do we see? What makes up the air we breathe? How does a plane fly over the sea? How do the planets float so weightlessly?
Let's go! Let's go!
It's technology.
Let's go! Let's grow!
Science, you and me.
Let's go! Let's go!
We're learning every day.
Let's go! Let's grow!
Engine leads the way.
Hello everyone, welcome to Ngen. This is an educational show for the whole family. A show where we'll help you to keep on inquiring, keep on discovering, and keep on learning. Today we're going to learn about something that is found in everyone's body. Can you guess what it is? Here's a clue. It helps you walk, it helps you run, it helps you jump, and it helps you speak, helps you eat, it even helps you to breathe. Any ideas? This thing inside your body is very strong. Now, let's turn on our brains, put on our thinking hats, and get ready to inquire, discover, and learn about skeletons.
We're learning every day.
All the bones in your body are joined together to form the skeleton. Did you know that when you were born, you had about 300 bones, which fused together when you got bigger, so that eventually you have around 200 bones in your body? Your bones are very strong because they are designed to work and work. They're even working when you're sleeping. Today, we're going to learn about the bones that form our skeleton. Bones are very important. With the help of the muscles, they enable you to move. They help you sit, they help you stand, they help you to bend, they help you to run, they help you to jump. They even help you to chew your food. Bones are very strong. In fact, the only thing that is stronger than your bones in your body are your teeth. Let me introduce you to our old friend, Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones here is going to help us learn about the bones that form our skeleton. Take a close look at Mr. Bones. Can you see his shape? Our skeleton gives the body its shape. Did you know that you have bones in your ears? You do. The smallest bones are found in your ears, the largest in your legs. Most of the bones are found in your hands and your feet. Together, there are about 100 bones in your hands and feet. You have 54 bones in your wrists and hands, and you have 56 bones in your ankles and feet. Isn't that amazing?
I'm going to show you how to do some art that looks like an X-ray of your hand. You need 27 sticks, black pepper, flour that is sealed. Put your hand on the black pepper and then pour the flour all over it. When you lift up your hand, you can see a black outline. Then place the 27 sticks on the hand to represent the 27 bones in your hand. You have 4 bones in each finger, 3 in the thumb, 6 on your palm, and 2 for your wrist. Look! Can you see the X-ray I made?
We're learning every day.
Oh my, what happened to your arm?
I fell down and hurt it. The doctor said that my bone is fractured.
Could you show us where?
Right here. Now, a really wonderful thing about bones is this. If you break one or get a fracture like me, your body immediately starts to heal it. That's why I'm wearing a cast. The doctor put it here so that my bone can heal properly.
It's your X-ray. Let's take a look at it. X-ray light cannot pass through dense materials, so the bone appears as a white structure in the image. This makes it easy to see the bone.
And very soon, my bone will be completely healed because new bone cells are already growing to replace the old damaged cells.
That's right. And this is because bones are living things. They contain bone marrow, which is a very important cell factory. Bone marrow produces more bone cells, more blood cells, more brain cells, and even more heart cells.
Bones are very important. They protect the very delicate organs in our bodies, like our brains, our lungs, and our hearts.
You know, just before you joined us, we were learning about how bones enable us to sit, stand, walk, run, and even jump. And the secret is in the joints.
If we didn't have joints, our bodies would be completely stiff. Joints are where bones meet and allow our bodies to move, like this. The largest joint in your body is in your knee. It connects 3 bones together: your kneecap, your leg bone, and your thigh bone.
I can think of a great song to help us learn about how bones are connected to each other. Dem, dancing bones, dem, dancing bones, dem, dancing bones, dem, dancing bones, dancing bones, doing the skeleton dance. The foot bone's connected to the leg bone connected to the knee bone connected to the thigh bone, doing the skeleton dance. The thigh bone's connected to the hip bone connected to the backbone connected to the neck bone, doing the skeleton dance. Shake your hands to the left, shake your hands to the right, put your hands in the air, put your hands out of sight. Shake your hands to the left, shake your hands to the right, put your hands in the air. Wiggle, 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 wiggle your knee. The knee is a very good example for us to explain how the joints work. These bones are covered by something called cartilage. Cartilage prevents bones from rubbing against each other. If cartilage wasn't there, it would be very painful to walk.
And then ligaments connect the bones to each other at the joints.
Finally, the muscles that enable our bones to move are connected to the bones by tendons.
Are all bones held together by joints?
Let's take a look at Mr. Bones. Which part of his frame does not need to bend or move?
Oh my, it's the skull, of course. Its job is to protect the brain and keep it in place. We don't want our brains moving around in our heads, do we?
Our bones do so much for our bodies. This is why it is important to take good care of them.
You can help your bones stay strong and healthy by eating the right foods and doing lots of exercise. Because I have been eating healthy foods, my fracture is completely healed, and now I'm as good as new.
If you want your bones to be strong, exercise regularly and eat foods that are rich in calcium, green vegetables like okra, broccoli, nuts, and drink lots of milk or yogurt.
We're learning every day.
Let's take a look at this picture. Can you recognize what it is?
It's a skeleton. Now let's look at it closely. This skeleton does not have any hand bones or feet bone, and some of its ribs are broken. Why are you showing us this skeleton anyway?
The answer is, this is a very special skeleton. It was found buried deep in the ground near Lake Turkana in Kenya. This skeleton is known as the Turkana boy. His bones have been preserved in the ground over many, many years. Remember when we looked at your X-ray? We learned that bones are very dense, And because of this, they can be preserved in the ground for millions of years if the conditions are exactly right.
The soft body parts and internal organs usually break down quickly after a living thing has died and leave no trace.
Correct! And these soft body tissues that are surrounded by the skeleton are replaced by minerals which harden into stones and form fossils.
So this skeleton is a fossil specimen of a young boy who lived millions of years ago. So what exactly are fossils?
Why don't we take a trip to a very special place where we can meet someone who can tell us a whole lot more about life on Earth millions of years ago?
My name is Dr. Frederick Chalomandi. I'm the head of Earth Sciences Department at the National Museums of Kenya. What is a fossil? A fossil is an ancient remain of early forms of life.
Fossils are remains or traces of organisms that lived many years ago. When a plant or an animal dies, its remains can leave behind an imprint on the ground that shows us its shapes and features. Fossils are generally identified as either body fossils, like the Turkana boy, or trace fossils, like footprints or even poop.
Trace fossils help scientists learn how an animal lived or behaved. They can even tell what it ate or how it walked.
Yes, and together they form a fossil record that tells a story of what life on Earth was like millions of years ago. People who look for and study fossils are called paleontologists. Now, isn't that a cool job?
We know it was a boy as opposed to an elderly or an older individual, largely because the teeth were still erupting. And you can see even here, some of the teeth were still erupting. And also the long bones had not fully fused. Turkana boy was and still continues to be a very key fossil that enables us to understand human ancestry in a very good way, largely because almost 90% of the entire skeleton was recovered. And you can see the ribs are there, very well preserved. You can see the vertebra there. You can see the long bones, and also the cranium and the jaw, the lower jaw are all very well preserved. So this important discovery has enabled us to understand the ancestry of later humans, both in Africa and also in Asia. So this really is a very key discovery. In fact, it's the most complete human ancestor ever recovered anywhere in the world. And from this particular discovery, we can tell how human beings evolved. We all evolved in Africa. Human beings, regardless of your skin color, regardless of your language, of your political affiliations, we all evolved in Africa. This is the famous Simbakubwa kutoka Africa, a big lion from Africa. This must have been even like the king of the kings of the jungle those days. You can see how sharp the teeth are. This is believed to have been a very big carnivorous mammal that lived in Kenya around 23 million years ago. I'm very happy to say that there were no human beings living then. And I imagine the kind of challenges our early ancestors would have had having to live in the midst of this monster. Our thinking changes all the time based on different discoveries. And we hope that the story will keep changing because all the time we are going to the field. You guys, in the future, when you become paleontologists, you also go to the field and make your own discoveries.
Science U
was a wonderful trip to the National Museum of Kenya. Isn't it amazing what natural treasures the museum holds?
Yes, that's right. Did you know that great fossil discoveries have been made all over the African continent? For example, this is Lucy from Ethiopia. She is thought to have lived 3.2 million years ago. Lucy's fossil remains were the first complete skeleton to be found.
And this is the Girafatitan from Tanzania. It lived about 140 million years ago. It is believed to be the tallest dinosaur that ever lived and weighed as much as 6 elephants.
And finally, the largest land animal thought to have lived about 200 million years ago was found in South Africa. Let's hear what Miss Nosipo from Johannesburg can tell us about that.
Hi everyone, I'm Miss Nosipo from South Africa. I hear you guys have been doing some interesting topics about fossils. And as you know, Africa, our beloved continent, is where all our ancestors come from. And because of that, we have the largest collection of fossils. Fossils of our ancestors, fossils of the plants that were present at that time, fossils of the animals that were amongst them, and also the tools that they used on a daily basis. And because of this large collection, we need more and more scientists like you, boys and girls, to become scientists so we can unearth all these treasures that are in our continent. So when we make amazing discoveries, we get very excited. For example, 2 years ago, a shepherd by the name of Dumangwe Kyobeka, on his way to visit his family burial site, came across a big bone. He didn't know what this bone was, but he thought it must be very interesting. He then took it to a local geography teacher, who then called Wits University experts. They then identified that this definitely was a bone or a fossil of a dinosaur, which was 200 million years old. How awesome is that? Not many dinosaur fossils have been found in Africa. So when this discovery was made in Gqeberha, Eastern Cape, it was very, very special, if not epic. Mr. Dumangwe, who found this fossil, actually said just because he didn't go to school, he would love to encourage young people to go to school and to study science. Studying and discovering fossils. Wow! Wouldn't you love to be a paleontologist?
Are you a teacher? Do you want to be part of our show? The Africa Teacher Challenge is on. Record a 2-minute video lesson on a subject you are passionate about. Upload it on YouTube and send us the link on ngentvafrica@gmail.com. If we use your video in our show, you will receive $150. Let's go!
You can have your own fossil fun at home. Here's how. You'll need 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of sand or dirt, half a cup of salt, half a cup of water, a mixing bowl and spoon, small objects to imprint as fossils like shells, sticks, or even small toys. Mix all the ingredients. Add more water if the dough is too dry and not holding together. Use a rolling pin or even a bottle to roll out the dough flat but not too thin. It should be the thickness of your finger. Cut out circles using an empty can or a cup. Press the small objects firmly into the dough to leave an imprint. Remove the object and there's your fossil. Let the fossils dry and harden in the sun.
There are times when we feel sad, angry, or worried. This is normal and happens to everyone, but it can prevent us from doing well at school, sports, or from enjoying our time with friends and family. Here's how to calm your body, clear your mind, and deal with troubling feelings. Let's learn how to focus and feel good again. Sitting still and concentrating for long periods of time is not easy. This gets even more difficult when our hands are tired from writing and our bodies feel tired from staying in the same seated position. Relaxing our bodies can give our brains a break and help us focus better afterwards. Let's try this technique to relax our minds and our hands. Close your eyes. Make a fist with your hand. Think about the bones in your hand and how they connect together as you slowly curl your fingers. Squeeze. Keep your fist clenched and feel the tension in your fingers, hand, and forearm. Now relax. Slowly let the fingers of your right hand become loose. Notice how the tension releases all the way from your elbow, through your forearm and hand, to the ends of your fingers. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now do the same with the other hand. Think about the bones in your hand and how they connect together as you slowly curl your fingers to make a fist. Squeeze. Keep your fist clenched and feel the tension in your fingers, hand, and forearm. Now relax. Breathe in and breathe out. This is something that you can do when you start to lose focus.
It's technology.
It's time for a brain booster.
Who has more bones in their body? A baby, an adult, or a grasshopper? It's a baby. A baby's body has about 300 bones at birth. These bones later fuse to form the 206 bones that adults have. A grasshopper doesn't have any bones in its body. You know, your bones are alive because they repair themselves. True or false? It's true. Bones contain bone marrow, which acts like a cell factory, producing more bone cells, more heart cells, and even more brain cells. The scientist who searches for fossils and learns how animals and plants lived millions of years ago is called a It's a paleontologist.
Hello again. Physical activity helps to relax the muscles and get rid of tension in the body. Since the body and mind are connected, when your body feels better, your mind will feel better too. Let's go. Open it. Inside. Make sure you breathe. And there. So look at your knee, look at your big toe or front of your big toe. Release your head, look back. Don't look at me, I see you. front of your big toe. Stretch your ribs to the other side. Nice, come back to center. That was really good. Try to do that every day until next time we meet.
We've had a great time. See you again soon. Until then,
Keep on inquiring
keep on discovering.
and keep on learning.
Bye!